Hello everyone, welcome to Rapscalia. I'm your loving host, Lord Cyperion Rapchur. And I'm acquainted here today with...
Rionara Real, or you can call me Real. Thank you.
Rio de Janeiro. I'm gonna call you De Janeiro from now on. Robert De Niro. Robert... Rio... Hi.
You okay?
How are
It,
you
it
doing?
started good, and then you went very far.
Yes, no, I love going very far. This is my
Yeah.
friend for almost, what, 97 years?
Are you sure it isn't 98?
No, I'm sure it's 97.
Okay, okay.
Wait, but what year is it
Uh,
running? It's now running on the 7th year, isn't it?
I was in the seventh year last year. Wait, let me do the
I
math.
think it was. I don't know, maybe it's now been 8 years that we've known each other. That's very long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a lifetime.
Wait, we met in. Well, we became friends technically in 2020. So that's. What?
So that's 6 years. Oh, five,
Yeah,
6.
that's 5 years. Yeah, that's 6 years. But I've known you for. Well, the first time I saw you was. That was 8 years ago. That was in 2018,
I
I think. Yeah, 2018.
mhm.
That's the first time I saw you. And then you and I, we went to school together. If you don't mind, we're gonna just, for small talk about how you and I met. No personal information. Don't worry, no one's gonna come knocking at your door. Okay?
Okay.
Anyways, so do you wanna, you know, say how we met? Basically, our basic setup about being at school, me irritating the absolute shit out of you.
Uh, it wasn't really that. So I mean, listen, we have like kind of different kind of origin stories for different parts of our friendships. It's very hard to see which one you're thinking about.
Oh, not the Lapa incident. That's not gonna be spoken about. And no one,
That
none
is
of
a
you will
secret.
know. What?
Yeah, it's a secret.
It's our secret. It's our secret get together thing.
Yeah, everyone else can speculate.
Yes, maybe when we reach 30 million subscribers, then we'll say what happened.
I'd love someone to come in and hold it against
No, I wouldn't mind. I would be freaking rich, man. I would have my dream job. Then I would say, yeah, whatever. That's what happened. Uh, but it's not such a big thing. Imagine now if we were to get to 30 million subscribers and it would maybe take like let's say 7 years or so on. We would barely remember what happened. It would be nothing to us. We would probably remember. I would always remember.
you.
But anyways, so basically how we became friends, how we met was different. So we were not in the same class, but we were in the same school. And I remember you came through for one day in 2018. You did like substitute tests or something. Am I right?
Uh, yeah, it was the diagnostics test.
Diagnostics,
So
not
we had to wait.
substitute. Sorry. So,
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be teaching.
oh wow. Anyway, so she went to come do diagnostics. Me and my two old friends that I had back then, we looked at this girl and says like, "Yo, that girl looks beautiful." And the one guy says like, "Nah, bro. She looks like she's gonna be not like you're not beautiful."
What?
No, he said basically in a way like, "Nah, she looks like she's too much into her books. She's not gonna be one of her friends with us." And I said, "Yeah, no, we're too fucked up." But then they left, and so on. 2019 came along. You were in what, grade 8? I was in grade 9, right?
No, I was in. Wait, which year? 2019.
Yeah, 2019. I was in grade 9. You were in grade 8.
No, in 2019, I was in grade 9.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's the truth.
It's not the truth. Okay, okay. For you out there, I'm not dumb. I'm just, I'm just gonna say I was in grade 9 twice. One of those grade 9s was with you.
Yes. So my first grade 9 was in 2019.
Oh,
I
wait,
mean,
wait,
my
wait.
only grade 9 was in 2019.
You're just as dumb as me. That's why we're
No.
friends. Okay. No, okay, so then I'm wrong. I actually first then saw you in 2017, so it's been 9 years since I went on. Okay, 20.
No.
What?
Oh my gosh, boy. Okay.
When did
Oh
you.
yes, you're right. You're
I
right.
am right, yes,
I
because
was
I
in grade
remember
seven. Yeah.
there was a year where you came in only for one day. I was in grade 8 that time
Yes. Yeah.
because my two other
Yeah.
friends were there with me, but in grade 9 they left and you were in grade
Yes.
8.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, we didn't know that each other that much. I knew someone else that were friends with her that became friends with me and yada yada yada. That was just that person also left the school later on. And me and Rio, we gathered in grade 9 after my second attempt at it. It's the fact is we switched syllabus. Like we were doing the ACE system and then we did Cambridge. Am I correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Yes. So the teachers they came to me. I don't know if you knew this, but they came to me and asked me, "Do I want to go to grade 10 and do Cambridge from there?" They said it's very difficult. And I said, "You know what? My dumb ass is going to suffer. I'm going to redo grade 9, but in Cambridge." So I already did grade 9 in ACE syllabus, which is an American syllabus. When then I transferred to a Cambridge syllabus. Syllabus.
Oh
So
my! You
what?
said it right the first time.
Yeah, I know. Blah blah blah. Okay. So COVID came along in 2020, and I was there. I put on the TV in January, like still holiday for us, and I say, "Yep, that virus is gonna be everywhere, and the school's gonna lock down." I went to school. I went to my friend KG and to Rio, and I told them the school's gonna be locked down. Every place is gonna be locked down. But anyways, our vice principal he came to me and says like, could you just like shut the fuck up? Kids are getting scared here. He didn't say that exactly, but I mean, like, I had to keep quiet because I was tensing everyone up because I was speaking the truth. You know, that's what I was doing. So you see, even in school, politics already start. They silence the truth.
Oh my! This is going too far. Oh, this was supposed to be our origin story, not COVID's origin story.
Well, anyways, I was right and everything. And then halfway through the year in 2020, I'm there at home and we did all these classes online. I'm thinking to myself, okay, who can I bother the shit out of? Oh, that smart girl in my class. Let me email her. So I went to the classrooms, like the online classrooms, the Google Classrooms, for example, and I went onto the emails of the students, and I went there to Rio's, and I emailed in and say, "Hey, yo, what up? How you doing? How's the COVID handling for you?" And it's like, yeah, it took what like 2 months for you to respond to me, and yeah. But anyways, that's how our basic communication started. I would say our friendship slowly started to bloom there. But anyways, so that's how we basically became friends through rough patches that basically also built our connection stronger by resolving those rough patches. And now we decided to do a podcast together because she loves to get irritated by me.
I love that very, very much.
Yes, you do love it. Anyways, well, we can talk about our whole school life and school incidents, like, our certain math teacher that we know and love very, very much.
Yeah.
We'll definitely come back to that as a. Note that down, my dear moderator, because she also works for me now. Unemployed. She's unpaid. She does this. I pay her my love and friendliness and kindness and. I give her food. I feed her. That's what I do.
You know that is a lie.
Well, as I recall, you
Okay.
still haven't fed Uncle Larry.
Uncle Larry can feed himself. How many times do I have to tell you?
He's a gecko.
Yeah, that was secret number 2. You can't tell people that.
Oh, the
The
Lapa.
Lapa
Oh,
secret.
the Lapa secret. Oh my gosh, we're starting off this channel with 2 secrets, one already exposed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, imagine I would love to see people like bring up their ideas of what the Lapa thing is. Maybe if there's enough well, what's it?
Theories?
Yeah, if there's enough theories, on like in the comments sections. Like everyone there, you can start throwing in theories about what the Lapa incident was. And we'll go through it and say if you're close or not, but we're not going to say exactly what happened. But yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to theorize that. Out of the 8 billion people out there, I don't think one would be able to.
Wow, that makes it sound very interesting.
Okay. But for today, now, this was our little bit of a small talk. We'll get more into our school lives later on.
That was a very much of a big talk, but anyways.
Oh, well, whatever. Small talk, big talk, same thing. Today, we are going to delve into the idea of Transformers horror games. I personally, if I go look up now, I'm gonna go into the blah 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 Googaloo, and I'm gonna search Transformers horror games. Let's check it here.
Yes, tell me.
Okay, well, there's one YouTube video about like pitching Transformer horror games, but I don't know about that Forbidden Transformer games. Oh my gosh, I want to see that. Okay, so the first thing that pops up here is I kind of know this character, but I can't remember his name directly. But the other picture that shows up here is the DJD. I don't know if they would make a perfect horror game thing. You know Tarn, right?
Yes, you know I know Torn.
Yeah, I know you know Tarn. I'm just confirming with everyone out there because you are also semi-Transformers fan because I made you one.
Yes.
Yes. And a shout out for the Transformers community. Not a shout out, sorry, not a shout out. Just an announcement for you guys. I've added a new one to the box. It's Rionara. New fan in the inventory.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sunder. Sunder is the horror transformer. That's what I thought about. Okay. Anyways,
Oh.
I don't know. He's an Autobot, so I don't know why he falls into the. I don't know if. Okay, maybe he's not an Autobot. I'm not too clued up. That's like IDW comics. I still have to like get a lot of information there to be speaking like facts about it. But the DJD, you know, the Decepticon Justice Division led by Tarn, and I wouldn't say they're horror material. Yes, what they do is horrific, but they don't scream like if I put them in a game and I have to fight against them that I would get scared. Am I correct?
Yeah, not horror scare, just like
Yeah,
thriller scare.
thrillers. Yeah, yeah, basically. They're basically like they're not the Suicide Squad because they go into a mission, come back alive. So they're not the Suicide Squad. They are the ones that they send Suicide Squads against because they know if they send a squad in, that's a Suicide Squad because the DJD is going to kill them. There's no words about it. But
Okay.
yeah, they're this Suicide Squad. Oh, the Anti-Suicide Squad or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but as far as I could see here, there are no official Transformer horror games out there. Now, I have two ways that I've thought about this. And you've done your research. I have thought about a whole game gimmick, which you can add on to. But which do you want to involve? Which do you want to delve into first? Playing as a human character in a Decepticon invaded world, or as a Transformer in an abandoned facility location on Cybertron?
Oh. Hmm. Let's start with the human one.
Okay, so any elements that you want to add into so long?
So basically, I compiled a group of horror themes, things that make a horror game a horror game,
Yes.
and then what would make Transformers scary, and then also possible storylines for a horror game.
Okay. Well, since you mentioned storylines, I'm going to present mine with the human character. I feel like yours is more based off if you're a transformer in a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my idea of playing as a human character. So, I would say, imagine yourself. Let's go back to the Dark of the Moon movie, where they're in Chicago with robots everywhere, right? Yeah, the Decepticons.
Yeah.
Decepticons invade Earth. The Autobots are nowhere to be found. Or we could actually make it a tie-in to Dark of the Moon, like an alternative reality where the Autobots actually did get blown up in that space shuttle that Starscream shot down.
Oh.
Yes.
Imagine someone makes a game based off what you're saying right now.
I would love that. That's why I want to make this podcast. If you are making, whoever you are, I'm looking at you. Just know I'm looking. I'm standing in a corner somewhere, looking at you, and I'm telling you with my eyes, nodding, saying yes. You have permission. Make that game. I want to play it. Send me a link in this specific podcast. Save this podcast. Like it. Subscribe to this channel. And then you post the link to your game. You better give me free access, at least, because I gave you the idea for this game. I mean, I'm entitled to that at least. But
Yeah.
make that game and let me play it on my channel. Let me be the first person to play it. Since it's my idea, I'm asking a lot. But I mean, I'm
This
just
is a
giving
creator privilege.
creator privilege. Yeah, I'm the screenwriter or the director, not the yeah, I'm basically the director. The person making the game is just like putting all the elements into real life, like in a virtual reality, not real life, but virtual reality.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so back at it, we go into Chicago for some stupid reason, and the space shuttle, as far as we know, got shot down. So obviously we know Sam Witwicky went into it, but there's absolutely nothing we can do. It's nighttime. The military was destroyed, and Sentinel's not even a problem. Megatron took him down. Megatron had other ideas and betrayed him. What I say now
Yeah.
is, we go into Chicago at nighttime. It's like a very scary, like almost Resident Evil kind of like just abandoned city with very extreme silence, with just a little small eerie sound that's constant. And you
What is
walk.
that eerie sound? Oh my god, that sounds scary.
Imagine you're walking in the silence of night and it's a blah 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 just constantly. I can't make that sound. It's just like, classic horror vibe, just ambient sounds around you, like maybe a police car going off in a distance or a car's alarm, fire burning,
Ah.
maybe some rain, something like that. So you go
Mm.
down the street, and I would say you walk there. All you have is a flashlight. You can pick up guns and stuff later on. That's gonna become late. That's gonna come later in the game. But what I would say is you go, you walk, and then you start hearing this massive stomping, like boom, boom, boom. Metal clashing against the concrete of the road. And just around the corner, this Decepticon, a basic Decepticon. That's the main thing I want to focus on. It's a basic Decepticon, because they look. You don't want a famous character like Starscream, Soundwave, Shockwave. Shockwave could be a very interesting like horror feature because he has one eye and he makes weird sounds. But I would avoid using Soundwave and Starscream because I feel like Starscream would fuck it up immediately. Soundwave would kill you immediately, and Shockwave, he would also kill you immediately, but we'll put in a few extra things in there when it comes to like a boss fight or something.
Yeah.
Megatron,
So,
he's up in his tower, sitting there, sipping a drink, and most likely sitting on Starscream. So that's where Starscream's at.
okay. Okay. Is Megatron like the final boss fight?
No, no, no. We're gonna go with the original idea that Michael Bay had for Transformers 3, which was to make Shockwave the main villain. Which never came to
Uh.
fruition, but we're gonna make that a reality. So,
Mm-hmm.
we go down there, we meet one of these Decepticons, and we start hearing them speak. So we're not going to have them speak English. We want them to speak Cybertronian, that raspy Cybertronian voice. We can't make out what it is. It's scary sounds. It adds to the atmosphere, and this thing is just walking like a T-Rex towards you, like, that stomping again.
Yeah.
And I think let's remove the Decepticons' guns. We don't give them guns. I'm
Okay.
sure one of your horror elements that you have listed over there is gore. Am I correct?
Uh, Gore in Transformers. Now you're gonna have to specify because it's not like they have blood or anything. So this is body dysmorphia and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. Well, that could be in a Transformers version of the horror game. This is a human version, so obviously there's blood involved. Like the Decepticon
Oh
can
yeah.
rip you apart, or that we could actually
Ugh.
make it that the person is running out of the street and you hear the walking of the robot or the Decepticon. I hate saying robot because I feel like the fan base is going to attack me. Um, anyways, so the person's running, the Decepticon runs up, grabs him, rips him apart. Yes, it has to be graphic. It's a horror game. And then that settles into fear. These Decepticons are relentless. They are not merciful. So,
Mm-hmm.
we then run, we hide. This is the whole game where you mostly go through the buildings, gather supplies and stuff like that. And you have to go through a bunch of Decepticons, and then there will also be like Ravage, that Jaguar thing that can go into buildings, which you also have to avoid, or throw rocks to distract it, or do things like that, like smaller Decepticon minions, like Soundwave's minions, you know? Maybe Laserbeak, or Rumble, Frenzy, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So with those running around, you have to navigate yourself. We'll put it in a storyline that you, as a person, you would have something like this is not a complete story. For someone who's going to make this game, you have to go put in these like small pieces of DNA to create this whole game. Like you have to finish the complete story. This is just like a loose draft of what the game should be.
Yes.
So obviously it gives the character some background, like he's maybe a military operative or something. He maybe knew the Autobots
Ooh,
once. You
that would be
go,
cool.
yeah, no, that would be cool. And then at some point you reach to a certain location, you find a gun, you kill your first Decepticon by what they refer to in the movies is by sniping them in the eyes, making them blind, putting bombs on their legs. That's the way to kill Decepticons. So I think that
Hmm.
should be a gimmick. Like if you want to kill a Decepticon, like the big ones, like troopers. And
Yeah.
like you have mini bosses, like we could say maybe Brawl, or we could even add for scariness. Just like you don't go up against them, maybe later on, but like just to have like I don't know, like Bruticus or Devastator in the city, like a freaking Godzilla-sized transformer walking around that you also have to hide from, that you can't do anything to.
Mm.
I think that would be
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do that, and then at some point you find like a crashed drone or something with a hidden message saying that somewhere in the city is another Autobot. And
Another Autobot?
okay, my original thought when I first thought of this, before I added to the fact about Dark of the Moon, I thought, let's say that the Autobots never made it to Earth, like they never came to Earth to begin with, and the Decepticons first invaded Chicago. But now that I thought, like, let's make it an alternative reality where the Decepticons killed the Autobots in that space shuttle. I originally thought, like, okay, let's make like Optimus Prime was frozen in the ice instead of Megatron, you know, like in the first movie,
Okay.
and that you had to thaw him out. But since Optimus is dead, let's use characters like there's a bunch of Autobots on one of the Decepticon ships. Like, you know, a group of Autobots. Let's say Bulkhead. I don't know how Bulkhead's gonna look
Okay.
in a Michael Bay movie. But Bulkhead, Ultra Magnus, and who else? Who wasn't in that ship? Okay, Warpath. What about Warpath? He seems like a leader. He's close to Optimus Prime, I think, like in the Fall of Cybertron game.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just say there's three heavy hitters. It's Ultra Magnus, Warpath, uh, and Bulkhead. And they are the three of them that, let's say Ultra Magnus is the one that's be able to kill Shockwave, and then the game's over. But the whole thing is, you have to go on a mission, get past all these Decepticons in a very broken down city with, let me add this as a horror feature, dead corpses of people that tried to escape.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, maybe burnt or just skeletons. I remember in Dark of the Moon there was one scene where one Decepticon can shoot a person and they just turn to ash and their bones just like tumble to the floor. So I think that would be cool. But yeah, so that would also add to the horror element. You're playing as a human. I don't think it's ever been done in any Transformer game where you play as a human. That I think I can say positively.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So that would add like a whole new game feature. It would add a whole new perspective on Transformers as well, since you're playing as a human.
And
So
usually you don't like humans, so that's very interesting.
I don't like humans in Transformers films because they focus too bloody much on the bastards. That's
Yeah.
why I love Transformers 1 2024. That is the best Transformers movie ever.
Ever. Wow, that's a nice statement.
As what I've heard about from a lot of people, it's true. It's just sad that the movie didn't get a lot of good reviews or didn't seem that well because the freaking advertising team for the movie was absolute shit. They did say there's
Uh,
rumors about talking about making a series based off of the Transformers 1 movie, which I also would like.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like Transformers Prime comes back. Hallelujah, man. That's amazing. But
Speaking
anyways,
of Transformers Prime, one
yeah.
of the horror things I thought about was the combination of Silas and what was his name?
Breakdown.
Yes, that's kind of a horror
I would say that's
vibe.
body horror or body
Yes.
dysmorphia. That's specifically that. But the whole Terracon thing, like the zombie Transformers, is a very basic concept, Terracons.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just quickly Google it. There was a specific Transformer villain or like race that was extremely like horrific to Transformers. Transformer IDW scary Transformers. I don't know what I'm looking for. um, I'm looking at a bunch of pictures here. I'll put the picture on the screen for you to see. Why is it pictures of Tarn? Tarn is not that scary. Shockwave also. Well, okay, Shockwave maybe. Um, okay. Oh, I put in carry, not scary.
Oh, so Tarn is Carrie.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
got
Jim.
you.
Tarn is played by Jim Carrey. Ah, okay, here it is. Okay, so this is apparently the title here is Dark. What's the darkest moment in Transformers? I don't know, but that looks like the thing I want to talk about. I just can't find an absolute picture of what the thing is called. I know it's a horrific body dysmorphia where it's some kind of machine that they fear. It's like a virus or something, almost like a zombie, but it's completely horrific.
What
I'll
does it
find
look
if I'll
like?
find a picture, I'll put it on the screen for you, everyone to see.
Okay, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So now I want you to conjure up an idea for a Transformers playing as a Transformer based horror game. What do you have in mind?
Well, we can let that take place like after the war between the Autobots and
Okay, I just
Decepticons.
wait. You want to? Okay, so in what world do you want to do this? Like the IDW comics, the Fall of Cybertron kind of aesthetic, or the Michael Bay universe?
It doesn't really matter. It's flexible, but since I know more about Transformers Prime, maybe we'll think about that.
Okay, Transformers Prime perspective. It's part of the continuity of. Okay, yeah, it's part of the same continuity as the IDW. So we'll basically say IDW Transformers Prime perspective. Is it on Cybertron?
Uh, no, it's on Earth. So yeah.
Okay.
So after the Autobots and Decepticons have left the Earth in ruins after the war, uh, we could say that there was like a parasitic virus. So
Okay, for Transformers or humans? Are all the humans dead, or is it just Transformers? What's it up?
it focuses on Transformers. You could say, like that episode in TMNT where all the humans like were transported to another dimension. So it's like a dead city and just aliens.
Are you talking about the
So
last episode? Oh, wait, you mean the end of season 1 or season 2?
I think that was season 2. Yes, before they went to the
Oh, when
one.
the Krang took over the whole city and transformed everyone
Yes,
into like creatures.
yes.
Okay, so do you want an alien invasion other than Transformers, like Quintessons or something?
Oh, that would be a good idea, I guess.
Since the Quintessons are basically almost like the Krang, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, so everything is destroyed, and um, I guess you can play as a transformer that has managed to escape from like a very a not known transformer, not like Bumblebee or Optimus or whatever.
We have to give a name at least. Like you have to play a designated character. Nobody wants to. Oh well, I don't know. Do you want to make it a random person or a random Cybertronian?
Well, I mean, that kind of makes you the part, so you give it personality.
Okay. Now the fact is, do you want to make it Autobot? Do you have the choice of being an Autobot or Decepticon? Do you want to make it like a survival thing for if you do encounter other Transformers that are also surviving, but they're a Decepticon or an Autobot, to increase your chances of them helping you, depending on what?
Okay. Yeah, I guess you can choose. You see, I didn't come up with
A whole
a
game. I'm helping you. I'm helping you
storyline.
on this one. This is why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's hard to come up with something off the bat because like I have different ideas for different um kinds of things. I guess you're supposed to like find a cure, and obviously with hope the sciences of the transformer world should come through. So that would be like Ratchet, and
Shockwave.
so yeah, they should be coming up with the cure and antivirus.
That's if they're still alive.
Exactly. So I have no story, bro. I can't come up with
Okay,
anything off the
okay.
bat.
I think you just add more ideas. I'm gonna give the basic setting. We're on Cybertron.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So the war is going on on Earth, but you're a random Autobot on Cybertron or Decepticon. It can be both, and you enter a facility by accident looking for Energon because you're going out of Energon. You need Energon to survive. So you go on a
Uh,
scavenge hunt and you enter a Decepticon facility in the city of Kaon, which is Megatron's capital. Or Decepticon
yeah.
capital, not Megatron's capital, but there's a big fucking statue of Megatron right up there, so I can. Oh, I just love seeing myself. I don't know. That was a weird laugh for
Nice.
him. Anyways, so what I would say is you go and then you accidentally like the place is decrepit, like the structures is not stable anymore, and you go and walk on a platform and you fall into some place, and as you go on you just see like dead corpses of Decepticons or whatever around there, and they kind of look recent, like they hid out there, it was their hideout, but something went wrong.
Uh,
And you find out, like an audio log, you pick it up, you listen to it, and you hear Shockwave talking. And you find out it is his laboratory, one of his laboratories.
oh.
And he
Mm-hmm.
explains about an experiment that has gone awry, or whatever the word is, and it is now loose in the base, and it's what killed the rest. And you just hear like things moving around, and the basic setting, like what's that other game, Amnesia, the bunker, where you navigate through all the places trying
Oh,
to escape.
yeah.
And I would say the Transformer, the creature that's hunting you, I would say it has to be a failed experiment, like a giant Transformer, very slender, skeletal, like not bulking and hulking, you know. Um,
Yeah.
like it crawls through vents, almost like Five Nights at Freddy's, almost. You know, it's a mixture of that, but it's all like it's a Cybertronian experiment gone wrong that is chasing you and hunting you to get your energon. So I think that's a good enough setting for a playing as a Transformer horror game.
Yeah, I liked the beginning a lot. So I think that was cool.
And you know, I think just for interest's sake, since in Transformers Prime you could make this that you can make it actually follow up onto the idea of Transformers Prime, but rather in Shockwave's perspective. Maybe you could play as Shockwave because he got
Oh,
left on Cybertron, didn't he?
oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe he.
Nice.
Well, actually, no. What I think would be best is you're a Decepticon. You meet Shockwave somewhere, but it's like halfway through the game, so you have to navigate through this all alone. But you know it's Shockwave's laboratory, the thing's hunting you. You meet up with Shockwave at some point, you try to kill the thing, but at the end of the game, you die. And then you play then as Shockwave. You kill the thing, blah blah blah, and then it just opens to a portal, or you just okay, you get a beacon on the map, right? And then you go to the beacon, and then you see Knockout and a bunch of like Decepticon troopers, and then you know that's Megatron's crew at the end of season 2 when Knockout
Yes.
discovered Shockwave and Shockwave came to Earth. Then I think that would fit in perfectly.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
We could wait, actually I would actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we could make this a psychological horror too. Let's not make it a random Decepticon. It's Shockwave all the way through. But we go to flashbacks about his horrible operation of Umtarada. Or Umparada.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
About how he tried to help like Tarn, Soundwave, and basically becoming Professor X of the X-Men. You know, helping the special needs Transformers, like, you know, special abilities kind of shit. And
Yeah.
how Sentinel Prime, like just scenes of Sentinel Prime putting him under operation and how he's trying to get away. Going through that trauma while going through this decrepit laboratory that he's looking for stuff to build. Like he was still building the Predacon. Maybe it's a Predacon that he built that went crazy. Like a horrific Predacon. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
Predaking wasn't his first attempt at making a Predacon fossil come back to life.
Yeah.
So I think that would be it. The one is for Chicago as a human being traversing into the landscape of a. Sorry, don't know what that was.
I was gonna ask, did you sneeze or the audio?
No, I coughed. Um,
Ah, you coughed. Okay, got
I,
you.
I coughed. Yes. Um, so I think that would be perfect for the Shockwave one. What do you think?
Yeah, I love that idea.
Alright, and it makes sense too. It makes absolute sense that Shockwave would be the person that you play, since he has a lot of psychological torture in his mind. I mean, getting your
Yeah.
emotions and shit removed is like horrible. I mean, there's a lot of memory still that he has. And how it
Yeah.
affects is like we get a perspective of what Shockwave is going through in his personal life. I don't think a lot of people explored that. Maybe the IDW comics did, but yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds good.
Do we approve these games if people make them? Yes, we do. What do you say, Rio?
I approve. You have my approval. Make them and invite Lord Cyperion to play them, please. And I will watch them.
And you will watch them and post them.
Yes.
Alrighty, yo. Okay, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope it inspired some people out there. Remember, please send a link, maybe in the comments, or just give me a shout out or something. Just notify me about this. Like, even go to our Instagrams, which I have to still link to the YouTube. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I'll do that immediately. Oh well, anyways. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all enjoyed it very much, and also let us know in the comments of what you want us to talk about next. Just know we do avoid any explicit stuff or like in a sexual manner or politics. We avoid politics. We don't do really talk about religion either, and just have a lot of fun. Capiche?
Capiche.
Capiche. All right. All right, everyone.
All right.
This is Cyperion Rapchur signing off.
And this was Rionara Real. Thank you very much for listening. Please remember to subscribe and like. And we'll see you in the next podcast.
And remember to click the notification bell to be notified when the next video will be released. Ciao, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.